What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. Fortnite now. I've not really started a series on this yet as of right now. We're going to start this little bit of a series off with the good, bad, and ugly episodes, if you will. And these are just going to be kind of me talking about what I'm seeing in terms of good stuff, in terms of bad stuff, in terms of ugly stuff that needs to be addressed. And if you're new to watching my stuff, you know that I no holds barred. I'll go after the developer for issues. I'll go after the community itself for issues. Things that are being perceived wrong, if you will. So, what I'd like to do in this video, before I really get into things like the actual series on playing the game and all those stuff, is kind of start talking about some of the stuff that recently I've seen in terms of people posting. And I've seen a couple larger channels and some smaller channels. People posting things, videos, saying that they really like the game, but they can't recommend the game. And some of their thoughts regarding why they can't recommend the game, and things that I see really wrong with some of their thoughts. And in general, some of the perceived misconception that is going on in the game right now with regards to things like V-Bucks and money grabbing and cashing in and being greedy, that type of stuff. Okay? And this is an issue for some people. So, and I think it's a general misconception. Okay, so first off, obviously, somebody, one of the guys in my clan, gave me a copy of the game. I have since gone and played the game. I've invested a little bit more into it, and that's my choice. Okay, by choice, based off of the game that I've played as of now. How much I've played, what I've gotten out of it, what I think is going to be the future of it. It's worth the investment to me now. Again, this is an investment. This is early access. It's not really the completed game. Technically, you can say yes, because they are selling hard copies, because they're selling buy-in into the game. That is a released game, and to some level it is released. Not completely, if that makes sense to you. Do I totally agree with the concept of early access the way it currently stands? Okay, so yes and no. First, I understand early access. I understand closed betas. I understand closed alphas. I understand investments into smaller indie companies, correct? Now, y'all know me, if you know me for the 4+ years now, I've been doing Warframe content, and I invested in the Founders Program. I felt that Digital Extremes at the time deserved my investment, and it was going to be worth the investment. And boy, was I right, it was worth my investment. Now, I gotta be honest, when I look at my history of investing into early access games, or early release games, I would have to say, for me, looking at my history of games, 95% of the time, my investment into said game, any game, has been spot on, and I've been more than happy to make that investment. Okay, and I'm very particular about doing that. I'm very conscientious of looking at everything that I possibly can before doing that. That's one of the issues that I see within the community. People complaining about the early access program, or what's the deal with all these updates going on. You know, you reset the game after this update and I lost everything, or I lost my base, and how dare you do that? And I can understand the frustration, and then people saying, oh, well, I'm going to quit the game, I'm done with it. Now, see, that's where it makes no sense to me, because you just invested heavily into a game, and suddenly you're going to quit because there was one issue, and they had to redo a map, and they had to break everybody's bases to do it. And yes, it happened. They should have said something before it happened, but in retrospect, they apologized, and they immediately refunded everybody their resources for the stuff that occurred. And it's just going to take time to rebuild it. Hey guys, this is a time grind game. That's what it is. It's going to be free to play sometime in 2018, which is when it should be officially launched. And it's going to be a time and grind. That's what it's going to be. Time and grind. Okay? So if you're into looting and you're into crafting and you're into PvE co-op and you're into, you know, killing zombies and you're into base building, and I mean, there's just a ton of different things. If you like the concept in terms of the imagery and the way that the game looks, you know, the style, then this might be the game for you. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's time and grindy, and I've done a lot of time and grindy. Okay, here's where I have problems, and this is gonna get into the whole money grabbing, cash grabbing from the developers side of things, if you will. Okay, so a couple things I'd like to just kind of address in this video, even though I know I'm like already 6 minutes into it. Number one, the Founders Program. Like I said, early access, there's some things I agree with and some things I don't. So, in terms of the Founders Program, I agree with the Founders Program. I think the buy-in on the standard package should really be $30 instead of $40, to be honest. But I don't think that it's a price gouge at $40. I still think you're getting your value worth out of the game. I think the next levels up are perfectly fine if you're looking to get certain things out of it. Are they necessary? No, they are not. I played the standard version for about a week before I decided to upgrade. And I got everything out of the standard version that I did out of all these extra ones. Just these extra ones give me little extra perks, like being able to put boosters on for myself and put boosters on for my teammates in the party, and help generate, you know, in terms of getting things like skill points. So that way you can grow your skill trees faster. That type of stuff. Because that's basically what happens. You get that extra XP after a mission. You'll end up with more skill points. That type of stuff. Okay, so there's that. The Founders Program having everything from standard all the way up to the limited. And then not seeing the ultimate package until you've purchased that limited package. I can agree with that as well. And the reason being, it's not that they're trying to hide it. I don't think that they're trying to hide it in that respect. But I think what they're looking at is basically saying, listen, if somebody's thinking the investment at $150 is worth their time, then these are the people that may say, hey, I see the extra stuff that you have in this ultimate package. I shouldn't say limit, I should say the legendary pack, whatever the highest pack was. And then the next one is the ultimate pack that shows up in the store after you've purchased that legendary pack, right? The ultimate pack. Or, oh my gosh, I'm so confused. The ultimate pack is the one that's hidden until you've purchased that legendary pack. Well, okay. And I can agree with that because you're not forced into buying any of these. You really are not. If you purchase or you invest in that standard pack, you're going to be happy. You're going to get everything out of the game. The extras are just on top on things like getting codes that you can gift to people. Some people actually are reselling the codes cheaper. They're, instead of saying getting in the standard edition at $40, I'll sell it to you for $20 or $30. It's getting you in cheaper. They're making back some of their investment into the game, and it kind of is a win-win. Do they have to? No, they don't have to. They can give them out. So there's that, right? So it's not necessarily people spending $250 all the way because they might get some of their money back, and it may just be your friends. I can ask the guys in the community, my clan, and say, hey, listen, I've got these extra codes. You guys want to shoot me over $20, $30, and I'll give you a code. And those guys would be, hands down, they would do it. If I gave it to them, they'd accept it. But if I asked them for a little bit of money, they would give it to me. No questions asked. I'm lucky in that regards. But I don't see that as a problem, because really, if you're not going to invest in the highest package prior to the ultimate pack, you're not going to invest that extra $99. You're not going to see that as a value just to pick up some more characters and weapons. You're just not going to see it. So really, I don't understand the point of people saying, oh, this is not fair, they're greedy, they're trying to hide it, and then it's not fair to people that don't know that it's there. Listen, if you weren't going to spend the money in the first place, then why'd you even need to know about it? You really didn't. And I know I'm right on this respect, okay? But, moving into the next phase. So we have things like your store, where you have V-Bucks. This, I have an issue with when we're talking early access. I have an issue with trying to get this kind of money out of people. V-Bucks being what allows you to buy into your llamas, okay? I do have an issue with, in an early access game, a game that's not truly completed, this being available. The game is pretty far along, but it's not completed enough to say, let's start putting this out there. Can we have the Founders Packs? Sure you can. Should you be doing this? Not right now. That's my personal opinion. Now, Lute Lamas, okay? These are what you see people spending tons of money on, and they're buying real cash with their they're buying V-Bucks with real cash, and they're coming in here and they're blowing through them all, and they're getting disappointed, and they're getting pissed off, and how unfair is this? Listen, this is RNG at its finest. It's a gamble. That's basically what it is. This is how they're going to make their money in game, and they've got you, and they've got you good. Because it's easy to come over here and spend $10 and get 1,000 V-Bucks or whatever you want to do, and then get into, let me buy llamas, let me see what kind of items I can get. And all in all, this is all just RNG. Always going to be RNG. Period. Okay? If you've got the mindset to be able to not buy V-Bucks and wait till you either get your llamas from farming or completing your quests, your daily quests that get you V-Bucks in your daily quests, in this case Founders Coins as well. Okay, hero quests, some hero quests, in this case they don't have them, but your daily quests, that's 150 right there. That's 150 V-Bucks a day. Live streaming quests, sometimes there's rewards for me. When I start doing live streams, you guys, once I finish the mission, it'll be eligible for you guys to do the missions, and you can get something out of it. Okay? But you have that ability in your dailies quest to get at least 150 V-Bucks right there in dailies. Okay? So you can't say that you're not going to at least be able to get 1 llama a day, 2 every other day. Skills, well, this is interesting. Let me just collect these because I need this. These are done very simply. They automatically, over time, they pick up. Okay, and as you open up more skills, you have more things available to be able to get yourself, how do I put this, into your collection book. Okay, your collection book. You see this? This is my level of collections already. Okay, I've got page completions. I've done 9 page completions. This is where you're putting in items that you don't need, or you don't plan on using, or you've got duplicates or triplicates of. So it's just a matter of, okay, now I'm over here. I've got a couple survivors. I can go ahead and put a survivor in here. I got some lead survivors. Let me just show you what happens. Okay, so I'll come over here, open. I want to put the inventor in there. He's going to be removed permanently from my game, but it's not that I can't get another purple inventor card the same. I can get it. It'll drop in a roll. It'll drop in a llama at some point. Might drop in a quest. Don't know. But you can go ahead and slot them in there. Okay, and if I did that, let me just see if you can see right there. You'll see my XP gained from doing so. Okay? And that also affects your home base power. Now, mind you, my home base power in this video is at 40, but I'm actually at 18 in my level, but War Machine is in here with me, so his is brought up. So your whole team brings up your base power. But what we're looking at right here in reward info, okay, you can go through, you'll see throughout this process, I've got skill points, I've got people that I pick up. I've got XP that I pick up. I've got V-Bucks depending upon the level. So it's another chance to make more V-Bucks in the process. As well as you're doing this, you're building this, which is helping you to build your base power. There's a whole bunch of integrated stuff. So again, I've got the opportunity to not spend a damn penny, but still be able to get everything out of the game. So it is not a resource. It's not a money grab by any means. If you have the temperament to sit there and deal with it on a daily basis and say, hey, I can get 150 V-Bucks today, I'll save up for my 1,000 V-Bucks and get a bigger Lute Llama over here. Like in this case, I got the legendary Troll Stash Llamas at 500. Now, mind you, I've already spent $1,500 or 1,500 in V-Bucks, okay? Because I've accumulated that much by the time I got up to level 18, because my early quests and early missions had V-Bucks in it. So I've already spent them on different stuff. I've spent them on the llamas over and over. Okay. Did I Defenders Schematics? I got this out of that legendary Troll Stash earlier when I bought, which is awesome. Copper Fortsville Slugger 3000. Okay. But what I'm saying is, it's there. Most people have that urge to just want to go in there. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Dude, you are gambling. You are gambling with RNG. There is no guarantee that you're going to get anything. So, you want to gamble away money freely? Go ahead. You want to think smart about it? Do your quests. Do your daily quests. Get those V-Bucks. Do your challenges. Get those V-Bucks in the challenges as well. Look at this. Another 50 V-Bucks, another 50 B-Bucks. This is 250 for me today. Okay? Get them. Look at all these completed ones that I've done. Some of these all dropped different items, as you can see. Look, there was 100 V-Bucks on the Storm CO2. Okay? These are just some of the stuff that I've done here. There have been actual different things that have come out of it. Okay? So, it's there. It's there. Now, with that said, I'm just going to leave it as that. Hopefully I haven't rambled too much for people. Understand the misconception. You do not have to spend any money. If you want to wait till this game goes live, wait. It'll be free to play. You won't have to spend any money. You're choosing to spend money, and then you're getting mad at the developer because you're not getting what you want after spending money. It's RNG. That's just the way it is. This is where they're going to make their money from. Getting people into, I've got to have the Lute Lamas. I've got to have them. But I can get them from missions as well. Just saying. Alright, I'm going to have a lot more content in Fortnite for sure. I'm hoping to get some more people into the game. I'm hoping to do some streaming. I'm hoping to hit up some time with like Francois. If you don't know him, War Machine just left me. I've got to reset anyway here in a minute. But just so that way you know, we're definitely going to have more coming. Hopefully this helped understand the misconception out there in the ugly section of this. We're going to have some bad stuff. We're going to have some good stuff. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in.
A Titan's truncheon! Ah, yes, quite. By gum, I'm metal! Leave me be! Rich as a pharaoh! Ah, yes, quite. By Gatsby!